Cinema, the seventh art, is a way to express oneself and tell stories about the world, but also a powerful political and militant tool for change. I'm Roger David, and welcome to Cinema Plus, where we explore how films reflect and reshape our world. In India, the British imposed Section 377 in 1861, criminalizing same-sex intimacy for over 150 years in India. Consolidated by globalization and modern technology, the influence of the Occident in Asia creates a tension between the understanding and attachment of a westernized worldwide vision of LGBTQ+ identities and local cultural and historical queerness in Asian countries. Today, we'll explore how cinema gives a voice to queer experiences that challenge cultural boundaries in India and China in the movies Fire and Fish and Elephant. And now, for our next segment, here's an interview with our experts.
Hi, I'm Chris Casey, and we're welcoming the movie critic Charlotte Burns to talk about Deepa Mehta's Fire. The movie talks about two women trapped in arranged marriages, discovering freedom and desire through their relationship.
Thanks for having me. I'll start by saying that everything I'll talk about can be found in the excellent article, India's Queer Expressions on Screen, the aftermath of reading down of Section 377.
You know what your next read is?
Fire was one of the earliest films to openly represent non-heteronormative love on screen. But it does this through a more Western idea of lesbianism, since the director comes from the Indian diaspora. This representation moves away from the subtle Indian cultural ways of showing women's closeness through deep female friendships. This is called Sakyani, which is closer to homoeroticism than explicit queerness.
Very interesting. I read in an article that when Fire came out in '96, it led to the burning of many theaters in the country. People chanted stuff about the movie destroying Indian culture.
Yes. The movie also challenges the traditional Hindu middle-class family, which is at the core of Indian values. It questions the patriarchal and nationalist idea that women should always be chaste, virtuous, and motherly by showing two female protagonists who refuse to stay trapped in arranged marriages that are unhappy and find emancipation outside of men.
I see. Fire is radical because it connects personal desire to social rebellion?
Yeah. It exposes how nationalism and heteronormativity limit both women and the nation itself. After the 2018 reading down of Section 377, Indian cinema entered a new era where mainstream films portray queer couples openly. But decriminalization doesn't erase patriarchy. Many films still present queerness in a stereotypical and comical way.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Back to you, Roger David.
Such great insight on different aspects of queer Indian cinema. For our next segment, we're diving right into the field with our reporter, Chris Casey.
The movie Fish and Elephant, directed by Liu, is often called China's first lesbian feature film. Released not too long ago in 2001, the movie tells the story of two Chinese women trying to fight for their relationship in a society that does not value queerness. Through the movie, they explore themes like intimacy, isolation, identity, and gender norms. The quiet resistance in Fish and Elephant portrays a more local way of seeing queer relationship. Instead of an open political statement more valued in Western cinema, it reaches its audience with realism, privacy, silence, and hiding. It's represented by handheld camera movements and natural lighting. Those actions align more with local values such as discretion. Even though the global influence in China is partially responsible for the development of homosexual discourse, it is through national cinema that the Chinese queer community can feel represented and visible. Did you know that because of the explicit mention of lesbianism in the movie, it wasn't approved for release by the government?
No, I wasn't aware. Even if homosexuality was decriminalized in China in 1997 and removed from the list of mental illnesses in 2001?
Yes, the Chinese government still believes that LGBTQ representation is inappropriate and immoral. The state administration heavily censors queer media. They apply bans, modification, age, and geological restrictions to control the information.
Then how did they manage to produce and publish this movie then?
They used amateur actor, minimal budget and crew, and worked with less noticeable and mobile equipment to be able to shoot the movie secretly. They then sent it to international festivals like the Venice Film Festival to gain visibility.
Very informative. Thank you, Chris. Queer Asian cinema shows us that love and identity don't fit into neat categories. Films like Fire and Fish and Elephant don't just tell queer stories. They question the patriarchy, nationalism, and gender expectations that shape our societies. That's all for today's discussion. Thank you for joining us as we explore the world of queer Asian cinema. I'm Roger David, and this was Cinema Plus.